little bit more human this morning. I think I actually managed about 5.5 hours kip last night. Quite a long day. The drive up to Port Blandford was interesting. The Trans-Canada Highway is very long, and parts of it they're doing roadworks on, and you have these lovely little signs that say bump. They don't mean bump, they mean a bloody great drop. Crikey, seriously, it was about a 6-inch drop and then the same back up where they'd been resurfacing the road. Some amazing American wagons going along. I absolutely love them, they're awesome. I think combination of lack of food and lack of sleep sort of got to me a bit, and my head really wasn't in photography. I came out to find a spot for sunset, and I found a beautiful old bridge, which I did a shot of during the day. It's an old railway bridge. It goes over the river, which I'm not quite sure the name of, but I shall find out when I get home. And I did a shot of that during the day. And I thought, awesome, I can get some lovely reflections. I can't get down to the riverside. It was so frustrating. I found a way down on the side of the bridge that didn't have the reflections, but the side that had clearly got reflections, I couldn't get down to. I can get down, but there's just nowhere to walk along, not even decent rocks to stand on. So I had a drive through Port Blandford. I had checked it out on Google Maps, and there looked to be half a dozen places or so that would be promising for some photography, but again I just couldn't find a way down to the water's edge, and shooting from above the water there was just too many trees in the way. So I've come back to the bridge this morning in the hope that the sun is rising over there and it is beginning to brighten in the sky, which should throw some light on the bridge, which I would turn around and show you, but it's dark, you'll not see it. And then I'm going to go down to the far end, which is a dead end, and if the weather stays as it is, if the wind stays as it is, there should be some lovely reflection shots down there. And there's a little bit of mist on the water, which I'm hoping to capture. It's 1 degree, which is a proper shock to the system, because yesterday it was about 17, and it's promising to get up to 23, I think, here today, which is obscene weather for the middle of September. I was talking to the girlie at the place I'm staying at, and she said they've had the hottest June, July on record. It was not the weather I was expecting, not the weather the forecast gave, but then why should I believe forecasts? So the intention is sunrise is 6:48. I got here at, for some random reason, 6 o'clock. It's only 15 minutes from where I'm actually staying. So I want to get home or get back to the cabin and shower and head off, because I've got a long haul today. I'm going over to Grossmont, Rocky Harbour. So I'd like to be there by sort of 1 o'clock at the latest. Strange thing about the Trans-Canada Highway, I covered, I don't know, 250 clicks yesterday. I saw one service station. It ain't like the UK. There aren't service stations every, I don't know what they are, 5-10 miles. If you want fuel, you have to pull off and go into one of the towns. So I just let the tank get to half full, and then I found a service station in Port, in Clarenville, and stopped there for some food and to get fuel. And that's another confusing thing. I'm circling the fuel pumps looking for the green nozzle, because at home, green is unleaded. No, not here. Virtually everywhere is black. So, like a typical tourist, I wandered into the cashier and said, "Where do I find unleaded?" You just have to push the button. Not a very good Newfoundland accent, I apologise. But so far, it's been excellent. The stars were out last night, the sky was clear, and I was so tempted to come out to see if I could get the Milky Way, which, according to my little app, is going right above. But I was tired and I was being sensible. I knew I'd got a long haul drive today with a fairly early start, so I didn't want to burn the candle at both ends. Come further west. I think we're going west. I thought we were going north, but there you go. I am seeing a few more trees turning. Only the old ones, because a lot of these trees are evergreens. But every now and then there's one that's beautifully bright red. Unfortunately, nowhere I can stop. But hey, this is my holiday. I'm doing photography, but I'm also letting my eyes do a lot of the photography. I'm not rushing. I am not running around like a mad woman taking lots and lots of photos. A lot of it's going to go on in here. I've done some video of driving along the Trans-Canada Highway, just so I can remember what it's like. And if I go back with half a dozen photos that I'm really happy with, I shall be one happy bunny. Sometimes you just have to accept that you're not going to get the photograph you want for whatever reason, and you have to make do with your eyes taking the photos. You might just, possibly not, right out in the distance is the bridge that I was stood on, and I managed to get a shot from up there looking in this direction with the sky colour, which was fab. I whizzed back up to the other end, hoping to get some of the mist, but the mist is actually moving quite rapidly. It wasn't lying like I'd hoped it would be. So that I do went out the door. So I've come for a wander down to the other end, and because I'm pointing you in the direction of the light, over here there's some nice stones on the water. What the hell's up these on the water? But the woodland that's here, sorry, I just knocked myself, it's so thick I don't think it's actually get-atable. So I'm just making do with a quick wander around the area just to show you what it's like, although my gimbal I think is telling me it's out of battery, which I find quite surprising given that I fully charged it before I came. So I have spotted what I think is an inversion, or at the very least some very low-lying clouds, back on the highway, which I believe is going to be in the direction I'm going. It will probably have gone by the time I get organised and head out. This is the causeway, Blandford Causeway, which I was just reading about. This area that I was in just now was a memorial ground, because this used to be a wooden causeway and it got washed. Oops! This area here is a memorial ground, because the causeway was originally wooden and it got washed away when the river froze and they had ice flows. But just before the battery dies again, point you down in that direction, that down here is very low-lying fog and mist. So that could make for quite an interesting drive this morning. So anyway, that is the town of Blandford. And I'm going to head back to the car and defrost, because it's flipping freezing. Such a shock to the system after the last couple of days, which has been gloriously hot. So I thought I'd just take you for a spin round Terra Nova Hospitality Homes and RV Park. And the clouds have come in. It was really, really misty this morning, so I'm suspecting this is the tail end of it. But that was my little cottage. I can get this into it, that's it. And there's a selection of them. They've apparently been busy all year, and they are fully booked at the moment. But they are open all year, which I was surprised at, because I thought the winters got really bad up here. Listening again to the radio this morning, they were saying that there is a severe winter forecast. But what I really wanted to show you was these RVs. Holy crap. That's the way to do it. If you're gonna have a camper van, that's the one you need. Complete with pop out windows or pop out sides. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about, I don't know, 10 on site. There's a little dinky one over there, the sort that I'm looking at getting when I retire. But the rest of them are these absolutely humongous things where you hook probably a 4-wheel drive up and head off. I mean, what an awesome beast. And so you head to an RV park or a trailer camp, park up, unhitch your 4-wheel drive and disappear off exploring. But yeah, this is a fabulous little site. It's right on the Trans-Canada Highway, which is there. And the body of water you can see at the back is further down from where I was at this morning. The wind has dropped right off. It's really infuriating. It's so tempting to nip back down to that bridge because it's still missing a shot from there. However, I'm not going to. I'm going to head off. I really do need to make tracks and say I've got a long haul today. I think it works out about 450 miles. Morning. Welcome to Rocky Harbour. The drive over yesterday was fabulous. The Trans-Canada Highway gets a little bit boring. It's not the best route to take if you're going to come over. You really want to do 2 weeks maybe and do the coastal road, but for me it was a case of the quickest way to get here, to get to Grossmorn. As you can see, I chose the best weather week. Now, the whole week leading up to coming over here, the forecast was for fluffy clouds, blue skies and sensible temperatures, sort of what I would expect, 13, 14 degrees. It's warm. It's going to get to 18 degrees today, but it's wet. Pop, they call it over here. Possibility of precipitation, 90%. That said, it was supposed to be raining this morning, which it hasn't. I had a bit of a lie-in this morning. I stuck my head out the window at 6:15. Sunrise was at 7 o'clock. I knew it wasn't happening. You can see in the background, there are mountains over there. Well hidden behind the mist. And if I just spin you around here, again, there we go. Although over towards Grossmorn Park, which is where I'm going to head, it's actually cleared a little bit now. You couldn't see these hills when I came out this morning. I'm a bit pissed off, but you know, it's also given me a chance to come out and look for compositions for tomorrow when the weather is going to pick up. No, it is, genuinely. I've watched the weather report. This morning they actually got it right. So it's given me a chance to come out and have a play around, look at some different compositions. They have these delightful red chairs, if you can see those. And they're dotted around, as far as I'm aware, all over Newfoundland. And it's all to do with their 150th year, their 150th celebrations. So I've been trying to use those as a composition, and I think I've got 2 that work, looking out over the bay and looking out over that part of the harbour. Where are we? There. And there's actually a mountain in the background. So it hasn't been a completely, oh, where's that going? It hasn't been a completely fruitless morning. I am going to set off and head to the two places that I looked at before I came. Berry Pond Trail and Western Brook Trail, I believe. There's also a lighthouse. Ooh, you're going the wrong way, come here. Still haven't got the hang of this gimbal. You may be able to see it flashing right out on the end. Now, I've had a look at photos of it and I'm not overly inspired. It's red and white, but it has a big house in front of it. So it's not really my cup of tea. In comparison with Cape Spear, it's not something I'm particularly keen on photographing. But I've had a bit of a drive round last night just to get my bearings down. Where are you going? I'll get the hang of this eventually. Where are we looking? We're looking, oh no, it's gone again. Come here. Oh dear, we're going all over the place. That's it. I went down here last night, right out to the end, just here, because I saw what I thought were a couple of likely piers. I'm guessing this is a working harbour. Down at the far end there is a fresh seafood shop. So it's still not photogenic. There's no real points of interest for me. So I'm going to go and look for some different stuff today. As I say, I'm going to head off and use today as a scouting location day. If the clouds give me some decent formations, which, oh, where are we? Over here. There's actually some decent cloud formations in the sky. Then moody black and white shots could actually still be the order of the day. Here, if I can get this machine to work, we have the harbour, which, as I say, I'm guessing, oh, where have you gone? Come here. There we go. Is still a working one. And if I can get this machine to work, there we go. I knew I'd get there. That lit up there is the Ocean View Hotel, and I have actually got an ocean view. And I've got a little balcony, and I've got a room that's about 110 degrees, and I can't figure out how you turn down the heating, which is a bit of a nightmare. But this house here, I so wish there wasn't anything surrounding it, because with the fog in the background, or the mist in the background, and the green hills, and that bright orange, that would really pop. But that's typical of a lot of houses over here. They're all really brightly coloured. The jelly bean houses, Jelly Bean Row I think it's called in Newfoundland, is somewhere I haven't found yet. I'm going to try and find that when I go back. So, don't care about the weather. I'm on holiday. I'm going to be a tourist. I'm going to go and have a look. I'm not downhearted. Well, I am a little bit. But tomorrow's going to be fab. I've got location planned for sunrise. A shame I couldn't get sunset here. It's not an ideal location for sunrise. It's on the wrong side of the country. But we might still get a little bit of colour in the clouds, and that's what I want. At least we'll get some nice light. So I think that's going to be it for today, unless I find something absolutely amazing and the weather turns fabulous at the last minute. That's it for today. I will catch up with you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now.